First Amendment in the Bill of Rights is freedom of religion, speech, press, and the right to assemble. Basically, it states that the Congress cannot make any laws deciding your religion. We are also given the right of freedom of speech, allowing us to say whatever we want. Freedom of press allows us to print whatever we want in a book or newspaper. The freedom to assemble gives us the right to uphold peaceful protests, try and change something about the government.
Hey, and today we're going to be talking about the Second Amendment of the Bill of Rights.
What's the Second Amendment?
Well, the Second Amendment basically states a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, which basically means you guys are allowed to bear arms.
Like wear t-shirts?
No, like bear arms.
Like have bear arms, like a bear? Roar! Or whatever.
No, guys. I'm gonna explain it to you here. Basically, a long time ago, there was a Quartering Act that allowed British soldiers to come in and stay in your house, no matter what. They'd be able to take whatever they wanted and sleep whatever bed they wanted. Arg, I'm gonna sleep in your bed and drink all your orange juice.
Not the orange juice.
But after this bill was passed, you guys are able to bear arms, allowing you to protect yourselves from anybody who tries to stay in your house. I'm only British. I'm not good with conflict.
There are 7 amendments in the Constitution. Today we're going to focus on the Third Amendment. In the Third Amendment, it states that troops do not have to be quartered in your house during a time of peace. This means as long as your country is at peace, you do not have to let soldiers sleep in your house and eat all of your food. But if we are at a time of war, troops can stay at your house, and as long as there's a law prescribing it. This was another one of those laws that helped us ensure our freedom.
The Fourth Amendment is the right to have the privacy against searches for no reason. Police officers can't search a person's body, home, bills and/or papers, or personal belongings without a warrant. A warrant is a paper that allows authority figures such as a cop to search through people's belongings and is usually signed by a judge. Amendment 4 was made against the British that would barge in whenever and wherever they wanted. It was also to protect smugglers like John Hancock. An example of Amendment 4 is that a cop wouldn't be able to pull you over if you weren't doing anything wrong. Because of this amendment, we have our privacy.
Our justice system has set up a law to protect us against many things. The Fifth Amendment is helpful if you are ever testifying in court or if you are accused of committing a crime. Portions of the Fifth Amendment include no person can be tried or forced in front of a jury twice for the same crime. They don't have to answer questions if it incriminates them or if they feel unsafe answering. Confessions or evidence obtained by torture can't be used. Immunity can be given in special cases. What you say can't be used against you. Let's see.
The Sixth Amendment is regulations on court trials. It states that you have the right to a speedy trial. This doesn't mean that your trial will last 5 minutes. It means they can't lock you up for 6 years while you wait for a trial. The Sixth Amendment has a lot of gray area to it. Even though you have the right to a speedy trial, without bail, you have to sit in jail until your set court date. Lawyers can even delay this longer. You also have the right to an impartial jury of the state and district where the crime had been committed. Without these in place, you could commit a crime in Janesville. Next thing you know, you're on a plane to Russia with a jury that doesn't understand you.
The Amendment states that if you have a fine that is $20 or up, then you're able to go to court and try to defend the case and lower the penalty. When you go to court, the jury of the trial will be made of your peers. For instance, if someone were to get a $10 ticket for not wearing your seatbelt, it would not be worth the time to go to court and try to fight or lower the price.
This is the Eighth Amendment, or as we nicknamed it, the John Adams Amendment, because it states, excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. There are 2 parts to this amendment. First is excessive bail or fines, and this is basically saying that bail for someone can't be posted at infinity dollars, but at a more reasonable figure. The second part of this amendment is no cruel and unusual punishment, and that's saying that someone can't be punished by being lit on fire, stoning, burned in oil, dismemberment, or being buried alive.
Amendment 9, Unenumerated Rights. The Ninth Amendment addresses rights of the people that are not specifically enumerated or counted in the Constitution. For example, disability rights and women rights. This was written to stop the violation of rights, meaning just because the Constitution specifically grants the people certain rights doesn't mean that they only have those rights that were mentioned in their states.
The 10th Amendment says that what is not in the Constitution but is not denied in the Constitution, the states may take care of. The states have the power to make their own laws. For example, the states decide what the driving age is, what age you can marry and what gender, rights on medical marijuana, and in what states it is legal to cross with a duck on top of your head. In conclusion, whatever powers is not granted to the Congress, the states have the ability to govern at a more local level.